Welcome to Canada International Student Magazine. Based on the IRCC stats in 2019 December, India and China were the topmost, country, the largest amount of international students who are flying to Canada. It's quite insightful, though. With the recent impact of COVID-19, the education industry has gone through myriad transformations. Governments approved remote studies to be equivalent to in-country studies in many countries. So, what are some of the key synergies that the education industry has achieved during these times?
So again, these has been very trying and very troubled time for all of us. And in fact, COVID-19 has impacted all countries, all sectors. With pandemic, when it started, it resulted into the crash of stock market, travel restrictions being imposed by almost more than 100 countries. World economy shattered, millions of people lost their job. So what we do in this situation, we come with a response. And this is exactly educational institutions, governments, and different industries have done. And like if you see, reflect back to COVID-19 when it started, for example, in India, we saw the crisis of migrant laborers traveling from one place to another, and it became a question of life versus livelihood. And then in Canada, in the province of Ontario, it was ordered lockdown, and all non-essential businesses were closed. Many international students, they lost their jobs because they were working in these hospitality, tourism, and retail sectors. So this led to a tremendous financial stress. Plus, our international students, we were not able to use with the concept of social and physical distancing. So their parents were worried. They were also very much concerned. So here, colleges, universities, they also came out with support. And we saw that in Toronto also, like, for example, the Consulate of India, they came out in helping international students, providing them the assistance as well. And from my experience at Seneca, we do saw a temporary postponement of overseas study plans of international students due to international travel bans. However, large number of students didn't cancel their study abroad program, but they deferred to the next subsequent intakes. And when the government came up with the flexible policies for international students with respect to postgraduate work permit, we saw a large number of international students, they enrolled in online program from their home countries. So yeah, with the government support and all stakeholders coming together, we have, I would say that we stood to our fight against COVID-19, and with all the government support, with temporary policy changes and student desire to continue their education even remotely, that has been a big game changer. In fact, when we look into the other aspect of countries delivering education within for their domestic students, especially I would like to again quote here India, where we saw that even the students in the villages, because of the access of internet technology through mobile phone, they were able to continue their education. So the technology has been a great enabler for us in the time of COVID-19, that we are able to continue the education, deliver the education, and also keep interest intact in international students.
Awesome. Let us work towards wrapping the session for today. My last question to you is, what is your overview of the future of international education? Which are the major countries that are liked by international students, and how is Canada placed on the international education map?
Yeah, I think, Satya, the future of international education is definitely bright, and it has become now more accessible. There are now, we used to think that international education would always mean for students to come physically and experience the countries, but with COVID-19 now we are seeing an opportunity where we can reach out to students for our Canadian education who want to study abroad, but they have some challenges for traveling or with their financials. They want to live in their home country with their families and still want to pursue international education. So we are able to reach out to now both the audience, the ones who are always interested to come to Canada and study here, but at the same time, the one who would like to stay in their home countries and still take some value add courses from Canadian post-secondary institutions. And in fact, when we look into the number of international students coming to Canada pre-COVID, so if we compare it with the 2019 figure, the Canadian international student population has tripled over the past decade. And now we have over 642,000 plus international students at different levels attending Canadian colleges and universities. Plus, the government support has been incredible. The government, as you know, recently announced invitation to approximately 27,300 workers with Canadian experience, which really benefited our international students who are in Canada. And actually, this also aims to bring the talent and skills to Canadian economy by which it can thrive. And actually, in Minister of Immigration's own words, international students may be temporary, but their contributions are lasting. And Canadian government hopes that with this help, more of them will stay permanently. So this has been an incredible support by colleges, universities, governments, and all stakeholders like you and your organizations in the field of international education, who has kept the interest of students intact in Canada. And we see that Canada will be definitely one of the top 3 countries when it would come for the destination choice for international education for any international students in the world.
Awesome. So thank you very much, Prashant, for joining us and sharing your experience today. You have enlightened us today about your experience as an educator in the international education field. It was really interesting to hear about your experience, especially in the Asian education marketplace. We wish you all the best. And Prashant, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Likewise. It has been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks to all CISM listeners for watching this video. Hope this discussion has given you a wider perspective about the education industry. Stay tuned to CISM for more updates and interviews. See you next week with another trending video.